Hello, who wants to make their butt look good and their tummy in jeans? I'm Scarlett DeBeese, and I'm your wardrobe stylist that helps you know what to wear, stop stressing about dressing, and be able to find clothes that'll make you feel and look good. It's possible. I'm just telling you. All right. So, I wanted to talk about jeans in our bodies. And if anybody here in the replay or on live remembers when you had to lay down to put on your jeans, remember those days when you had to like shimmy your way in? You couldn't do it standing up, right? I even heard about, I forgot, some famous model got hurt stepping into her legging jeans recently. I've almost tumbled over sometimes, but I remember the days when you had to lay on your back to get inside. You know that? So I would just love to know if you remember those days too. When I was younger, there was the first time a pair of jeans came out that had stretch in them. I thought I died and went to heaven. They were Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. If you remember Gloria Vanderbilt jeans, let me know in the chat because I want to make sure I'm not alone in this. And I remember that I was so excited because they stretched so I could get them on really well. This was a new thing to have stretch then. And I was in my bedroom and I was leaning against the wall because I was determined not to have to lay down on a bed to put them on. And I put those jeans on and I got them on and I felt great because they looked really good. And then I turned around and my whole wall was blue. All the dye from those jeans was all on the wall from where my butt was shimmying up and down to get those jeans on. Anybody else? You ruin a white couch, maybe? So anyway, so I remember those days. And so now everything has stretch in it. And everything that I buy has stretch in it. And anything that I find for my clients has stretch in it. And if it doesn't have stretch in it, it's not coming in my closet. So with jeans, it's a really wonderful thing now to be able to have some stretch because it's nice to have things kind of give. But when it comes to jeans, I don't know about you, but I think it's like an emotional thing. I mean, it's hard. And we've been spending a lot of time in sweatpants or leggings, and it's easy. And then when you got to put something on with a zipper and a or a button, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to get into that, right? But it doesn't have to be impossible. So basically, I wanted to give you some tips on how to find jeans that you're actually going to like. And it might take a little trying on. It might take a lot of trying on, but it's worth it. I lost a few pounds, doctor's orders. I had to lose some weight. And so I lost some weight. And I said to myself, I want to see what it's like to wear a pair of jeans that have a zipper and a button because I'm wearing a lot of legging jeans and I love them. But I wanted to try. So I was in the mall and there was a Macy's there. I said, let me just go look in Macy's because they have a lot of jeans. And I tried on and I tried on and I tried on and I tried on. And it was defeating. And even though I lost weight, I still had to try on the same size that I was before because that was what fit me. That's always a little upsetting, right? But who cares? Because once it's on, who cares what the size says? I care how it fits. So they had a huge selection of Levi Strauss, huge, and one of their sales that they have every single day, and it was like maybe $35, $40, whatever, and it's a pretty decent price, right? So I tried on and I tried on. They had like skinny, right, which was like torture. And then they had on skinny leg, then they had straight. And so I tried on the skinny, and that was a disaster. And then I tried on their what do they call these ones? They're like skinny, but not the skinny. I don't remember anymore. And it's basically a narrow leg, right? In a dark wash. Always go for the dark wash whenever possible because that immediately will make your legs look better. And I'm trying to see, I see some people here saying, okay, so yes, wasn't allowed to buy them, but I remember them. Carolyn, I'm so sorry you weren't allowed to buy them. Oh my God. And Clarabelle, thank you. I'm not alone. Yes. It was, it was a big deal to have stretch. So anyway, so I got these jeans because they made my rear end look good, and they have some tummy control, which makes me very happy. They are not high waisted. They're like up to the belly button. So I kind of like high waisted, but these actually look good, and I was happy and proud. They closed, and they looked good, and so I recommend these guys. So try on good old Levi Strauss, and Macy's is a great place to look for them. The thing I wanted to tell you about jeans is that when I was trying them on, and I'm going to share a photo in my newsletter down the road, they were a little long, and so they were puddling up a little bit. Don't let that happen. When you're putting on a pair of jeans and they're like bunching up on the bottom because they're too long, either roll them under or do what I did, which was I make a little cuff. And so with my booties, it looked kind of fun and cute to have that cuff. But don't let them just be puddling or dragging down, like a curtain, that don't do that, because that's going to make you look less polished, and it's also going to make your legs look kind of shorter. And I'm with you, Angelina. High waist with stretch is my is my go-to too. I love it. There are a lot of women who do not like high-waisted pants. um, I don't know why, but if they're very thin, they don't like that feeling. I like them because it keeps the muffin stuff from billowing over if you have it all contained in the high waist. But these actually worked fine for me. So that's something I really want to get you to, think about is, don't let them just puddle, do a little cuffing, rolling under, hemming is fine too. If you do go to a tailor with your jeans and you see how these have that classic orangey kind of stripe fabric, when you go to a tailor, they really should, when they shorten it, use the same color stitching, and they have it available. If you use like what they call self or the same color as a jean, it doesn't look right. Try to use the orange. That's really the way to go. Okay. Here's an interesting little tip for you. And this is something that I see a lot on women. There are some women who have very short legs, or some women who are just simply petite in height. And you really, really should avoid pockets on your rear when you have short legs or you're petite in height. And I'll tell you why. When you're going to have your waist, pocket, and then leg, you've cut yourself up. But if you eliminate the pocket, you have a longer, leaner line. It's so much better. Okay. So just think about that. Next time you are trying something on, if you're in that category, or when you see somebody else, notice how the legs look shorter if they already have short legs or they're short in height when they add the pockets. The other thing is you want to make sure your pockets are on your butt. Some jeans, the pockets are kind of very low. And so if this is a normal jean, right? These are mine. And this is where the pocket is. Okay. This is the bottom of the tush right here, right? And some jean designers have the pockets lower. And so that makes your butt look like it's hanging down, which is not what we want to do, right? And it makes your legs look really short. So just avoid that whenever possible. I'm with you, Carolyn. Trying on jeans is like trying on bathing suits. It's awful. I mean, I have been avoiding it for years, but because I lost a little weight, I figured, well, now's my chance. It's hard. It needs a lot of patience. You need a lot of trying on. It's okay to spend some time in the dressing room. It's okay to use it to experiment. It's worth it. When you find it, you find it. It's wonderful. So that's my tips for this one. One of my favorite brands is Lycée, and they have a lot of stretch in them also. No zippers, no buttons. So let me show you. So these are higher waisted, which I love, but I do have some friends and clients who don't like it quite so high. And the thing about them is that they look like jeans everywhere else, right? When you're wearing them, they look just like jeans, but you can't wear a short top with a legging kind of pant. I mean, you can, but it wouldn't be appropriate. We've seen this, but it's not appropriate, right? So when you have a legging kind of a pant like this, it's great to wear it with a longer top. because you want the crotch covered. Okay. Now your legs are going to look amazing, guaranteed. But you need the longer top to cover the crotch and to cover a little bit of the widest part of your hips. Okay. So, what I'm asking you to do is wear these if you have the height, if you can wear a longer top. If you are petite in height and you're not able to wear a longer top, these are not really the best for you. Okay. But they feel fabulous and they're wonderful. And so you can wear them at home or on Zoom, but unless you wear a longer top, I wouldn't wear them out. Just saying for, it's just not right. Okay. So these are a skinny leg, not like the skinny where it's like tights, it just holds in tight, but they make the legs look fantastic. I love them. And because of the stretch they give, they get over your hips and then they get narrow again at the waist, which is fantastic. Clarabelle says it's easy to when you're shortening them, it's easier to stitch to take apart. So I pressed it and reused that same thread. Wow. Wow. You're good. That's good. I cannot do that. Good for you, Clarabelle. That's great. Um, these are another pair of stretch jeans. Again, no zipper, no buttons, but they have a little bit of a wider leg. It's like a little bit of I think a straight leg, but like a little bit more of a flare on the bottom. It's hard to show you here. So I like to wear these with like ankle height shoes, booties. The straight ones I like to wear with more like a boot kind of a footwear. But with these, I could wear like little shoes or booties that are not as high. Just just saying, I keep getting these flashings from the platform that I'm using. Anyway, so let me just look at my notes, make sure I'm getting all this because I don't want to forget anything. I know I covered the rear end. Um, when you are looking for the jeans and you're looking to try different things on, it's worth experimenting even with the more expensive brands just to find out what works. I have to tell you that a week or two ago, I did try on a lot of expensive brands. Expensive meaning, over $100. Some were like 150, $200. And let me go back down here. My $35 jeans from Macy's fit me better, right? So some of these really expensive ones, they were high waisted, but then they were all baggy around my rear end. Well, that's not a good way to look. Whereas these Levi Strauss from Macy's hugged my rear end appropriately, kept my stomach in nicely, and made my legs look long. So it doesn't mean you have to spend a fortune, right? I just want you to always remember it's not about breaking the budget to find the pair of jeans. You just have to have a lot of patience to try things on. And when it comes to the leg, if you're not comfortable with the legging style, then do the straight leg where it's just goes straight down. So you figure from your hips straight down is the way to go. You can even do a little bit of a flare at the bottom, like a little wide leg at the bottom. That's fine. The skinny is a little scary for a lot of people. It is. I get it. And there was a time I could never, ever, ever, ever understand how anybody could wear a skinny leg pant. And then when they had stretch in them, I could. And it was like amazing, right? So you might want to try it and don't be so afraid of it. You might want to try it because you'd be surprised with stretch. Hey, when something gives, it's really great. So you might want to think about doing that. And always stick to the darker wash. Always, always, always. Anybody here who watches this later on, put hashtag replay in the chat so I know who was here live and who wasn't. And I wanted to offer you, I have a list, not a list. Well, it's kind of like a list, but I have like this page that I can share with you that'll show you a few of my favorite jeans and then where you can get them. If you're interested in getting that, just send me a message, or you can put your email if you want in the chat, but probably want to just send me a message, and then I will send that off to you, and you'll see the actual image of the jeans, and you will see where it is that you can buy them. So it's actually very cool. Sizing isn't oops, I lost you. Sizing isn't consistent. I have a pair I love that ordered two new ones, same size style, and they don't fit the same. Grr. Yeah. See, the thing is interesting about shoes as well as pants and clothes that you can have the same exact style, but if it's made in a factory in this country and another one is made in the factory in that country, they do not necessarily have the same specs, the same design. And so you do have to try on a little bit more. And even in shoes, it's amazing, but it happens a lot. So that's just I used to be in the garment industry, so I know that. So there is that discrepancy. It is very annoying. And then of course there are sometimes not retailers, but designers who cut corners and try to make things with a little bit less fabric or a fewer stitches, and then they think they can pull it off. So it happens. It absolutely happens. Um, but if it's bigger, hey, that feels good too. But that's why they have to keep trying and trying and trying. It's just like the bathing suits. Kay says, I'm here for the last part. I look forward to the replay. Absolutely, Kay. I am talking about how to make your butt look good and your stomach in jeans. So if anybody has a question, let me know, but I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. Go for a darker wash. Definitely go for stretch. Okay. Try not to go too big, by the way, when you buy something. Don't size up because you want to have some more wiggle room, because the stretch can give a little bit. So you're better off having it a little bit tighter as you buy it, because it's going to give out a little bit. The brands that I recommend in my sheet, if you put in if you send me your email and a message, I will send it to you. The one by Lycée typically is at the size that you are now. It's not going to stretch out. But for the most part, don't go up, because you're going to end up with a pair of pants that are too big and doing that pull-up thing all the time. And that is so annoying, right? Avoid, if you have short legs or if you have, petite in height, avoid pockets or headlights on your rear end, right? You can get ones, well, you can get some that don't have any pockets or almost invisible like that, but don't get the ones where the stitching is all over the place, because that's just saying hello, right? And you don't you don't want that. Okay, so avoid that. All right, dark wash. Go for a straight leg, because that is a nice balance between the very skinny and the wide leg. No pockets. Try, and try. And remember, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a pair of jeans that you love. I will check that out. Oh, Clarabelle, thank you. I will. Thank you. I'll get it to you then. You got it. So when you go a little shopping and do experimenting, I would love to hear what you come up with and what you've tried on. I strongly believe in the suggestions that I give in terms of the brands. And even if you try on a skinny jean, if you order a skinny jean, I'm telling you, you're going to be a little bit in shock that the odds are when you put it on, you're going to be very, very pleased with yourself. When I would take clients shopping in person, I do mostly virtual, but when I would take somebody in person and have them try on a pair of jeans that I recommend, usually a skinnier leg, the arguing I would get beforehand, that's not for me. I can't wear that. No way, no how. Okay, fine, I'll put it on. And she puts it on. And then like a hostage situation. I have to start negotiating with her to take them off, to try something else on, because she loves them that much. It's worth experimenting and it's worth trying. And if you're 5'4" and taller, or 5'3" and you wear heels, then you can go for the little bit longer tops to cover up the crotch area. It is amazing how good you can look. Okay, so let's get out. Let's experiment a little bit. Try some zippers and buttons, or even some really great pull-ons. Thank you for being here. And if you have any questions later on, #replay. Put in your questions, and I will be there to answer you. Okay, have a great weekend. Bye.